Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate ringsidenews.com. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. We just posted a new video with Jeff Meacham and Rob Van Dam, and more of those videos are coming up. So check it out, NoDQ.com, youtube.com/NoDQCAW. Got your questions here from spring.me/Aaron Rift. So let's get started with the first one from Chap574. Hey Aaron, with a lot of spots still open for the tag team match at Survivor Series, does this give a chance of some surprise returns? I was thinking the likes of Jericho, RVD, Reigns, Batista, and so on. I think that it's highly unlikely we're going to see any surprise returns at Survivor Series. You have to keep in mind that WWE is essentially giving away Survivor Series for free to people trying out the WWE Network. Because of that, WWE is not going to be spending extra money on Survivor Series, any more money than they have to. And that's probably one of the reasons why Brock Lesnar is not having a match at Survivor Series, because WWE is giving away this show for free. I don't think that WWE would bring back those guys that you mentioned for a surprise return in a tag team match at Survivor Series. Jericho, RVD, if they come back, it's going to be down the line. Roman Reigns, he's still injured. Batista, if they bring him back, he's going to come back in a bigger way. He's not just going to be a guy in a tag team match at Survivor Series as part of Team John Cena. Just not going to happen. So I think the chances of anybody coming back, I think it's slim to none. I think that you're going to have, at the most, maybe Triple H be involved in the match, but even that seems up in the air at this point, and there's no indication that he's going to actually get physically involved in that match. All right, this one comes from JKin62. Hey Aaron, so what do you make of WWE Shop now selling limited CM Punk merchandise? Do you think that all of his shirts will be available again soon? And does this mean CM Punk is at least mutually civil with WWE now? I think that both sides realize that it is silly to be childish and hold a grudge over the situation. I think that if there's money to be made, both sides will at least function in that regard. And let's face it, CM Punk merchandise is still a hot commodity. People still want CM Punk merchandise, so why not put it out there and make money? WWE's main objective should always be to make money, and I'm sure CM Punk likes getting the royalty checks, and I'm sure that whatever issues they had with the royalties and all that, they'll work it out for the sake of business, so both sides can continue making money off of the CM Punk name. Why not? Why not make the money if it's available to make? All right, this one comes from Todrick923. Hey Aaron, with Sami Zayn having a match on Main Event, how long do you think it'll be until he is on the main roster, and who would he feud with? Please answer in video. Thanks. I think it's only a matter of time. I think that once WWE brings in the next group of NXT guys to the main roster, Sami Zayn will absolutely be one of those guys. And I'm guessing if he does come up to the main roster soon, it'll be closer to WrestleMania. I'm thinking that that's when they'll introduce the new set of characters. That's typically how WWE does it. They like to introduce new characters like the night after WrestleMania, around that time. It's pointless to introduce a new character before WrestleMania, because WrestleMania, when it comes to the build-up and all that, you're focusing on your established talent, and it's very easy to get lost in the shuffle if you don't have a key match at WrestleMania. So it is best to introduce new characters after WrestleMania when you're starting up new feuds and new storylines and you're developing new characters. That's the time to bring those guys in. So I think that if Sami Zayn comes to the main roster, it'll be around WrestleMania, the night after WrestleMania, sometime around early April. That's just my guess, at least. All right, this one comes from WrestlingDo95. Aaron, with the recent announcement of GFW airing on January 4th with the New Japan Pro Wrestling promotion, do you have any interest in watching the live event? Well, I think that they are making the right decision. GFW is making the right decision by associating with a promotion that is already established. It's very difficult to get things off the ground on your own, so GFW and Jeff Jarrett can use all the help that they can get right now. As far as how it does in the United States, I mean, that's a big question mark. GFW is still a brand that has not been established. I think that New Japan Pro Wrestling, having that affiliation, will help to a degree, but I mean, in the United States, without regular television, I just don't know how successful this first show will be. I think they're going the right way. I think that you do need to work with other promotions and help develop your brand that way. And hopefully, in the long run, sooner than later, GFW can get a television deal in the United States. That will be, in my opinion, the key to GFW having any kind of long-term success. And as far as watching the event, I mean, yeah, I'll definitely try to check it out and see what they present. And I'm hopeful that Jeff Jarrett can make something work out of this, and we'll have a new number 2 promotion in the United States, especially if things don't work out with TNA in terms of getting a new television deal. All right, this one comes from Care, C-A-P-T. Speaking of upcoming promotions and new shows that are starting up. Hey Aaron, did you watch Lucha Underground? If you did, give us your thoughts on it. I did watch it. I looked up on my DVR for it. For whatever reason, I could not get the live version. It was not available, but I was able to watch the following Saturday. They had an airing of the first show, and it was in Spanish. So, you know, perhaps I should have been watching it with the English language commentary, which I did actually. I did check out a few videos on their YouTube channel with the English commentary from Matt Stryker and Vampiro. I think that it's something different. I don't know if it's going to have long-term success in the United States with American audiences, but it was something different. It reminded me a little bit of Wrestling Society X, and I think it was a little too over the top with the constant camera changes and the piped-in crowd chants. I think they went overboard with that. It was a little bit overproduced, but I like the whole setup they have in that building. I think that that's really cool. And the John Morrison match I thought was really good. So it does have some potential to be an alternative to people that do not want to watch WWE. It was different, and that's a positive. Anytime you can do something different from WWE and have a different presentation, you know, that's always a positive. So far, so good for them, and we'll see what direction they go. You know, I'll definitely check out more of their shows and see what happens with them. All right, this one comes from Sura Ruggy. Jim Ross recently stated in his blog, in order for the casual viewers to start buying the WWE Network, WWE would have to fix its current ailing product. I personally agree with Jim Ross. What do you think? Well, I don't believe that that is the solution. I think it would definitely help matters. I think that the fact that WWE is somewhat of a cold product right now, that could be a factor in the network subscriptions and why there aren't more people subscribing. If WWE was really hot right now, you'd have more word of mouth. You'd have people more enthusiastic about WWE. I mean, there's so many issues here, but certainly the product is one of them. Another issue is just too much programming with 5 weeks of television between Raw and SmackDown. You know, for some people, that's more than enough wrestling for 1 week, and the last thing they want to do is go on WWE Network and watch even more stuff and watch old footage and all that. But yeah, I do think if WWE got hotter and more people were enthusiastic about WWE and were telling their friends, hey, check out WWE, certainly I think that would help increase network subscriptions. I think WWE has gotten as many subscribers as possible from nostalgic viewers, people that want to watch the old Nitros and the old pay-per-views. WWE has already gotten as many subscribers as they're going to get from that group of people. So if they're going to get new subscribers, they got to get it from other sources. And, you know, maybe one way to do that is to improve the product, or something gets hot in WWE and you have new people watching and new people checking out the network. Final question here from Gravy Sticks. Do you think WWE and Vince would actually consider Stone Cold's advice and criticism of WWE in its current state? Lots of past talent have been critical of WWE, but no one was as popular as Austin or seemed to be in touch as to what fans truly wanted. Well, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of people that have been very successful in the wrestling business that are critical of WWE. People like Steve Austin, people like Jim Ross. These guys were there. They were successful. And they have the experience. So absolutely their opinions should be highly valued. But at the same time, WWE, they're the ones that are still trying to keep the business going. They're there day in and day out. And, they're looking at the numbers and they're trying to do everything they can from a business perspective to keep things strong and keep the business moving in a positive direction financially. So I think that you do need to listen to creative input from other people, and certainly that is one of the major issues with WWE right now. I feel they have made some bad business decisions with the network, but also the current product. The wrestling is great. The wrestling has been tremendous. You have an extremely talented roster in WWE right now, one of the best rosters they've ever had. It's just, from a creative standpoint, it's very stale, very repetitive, and it's been like WWE going on a treadmill. It hasn't really gone anywhere. They're just relying on the same formula that has gotten them success in the past, and they haven't experimented, they haven't tried new things. And until they do that, they're never really going to see a gain in popularity. So I'm hoping at some point WWE will make some creative changes and take some chances and hopefully turn things around, or at least take it to a new level that it hasn't been at in a long time. So that'll do it for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. Once again, you can submit questions, spring.me/AaronRift. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest in WWE and TNA. And I will see you guys next time for more NoDQ&A video.